What's up guys, it's Mr. Javid and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. If you're a new subscriber, hit the subscribe button as we get into this crazy live that I'm sure is gonna be crazy. So shout outs to Villains also, as we're gonna be using this interesting Spadef Dragonite set. I put Dragon Pulse here because initially I had Dual Wing Beat, but I can't think of too much that this set would serve that Dual Wing Beat would be best for. Dual Wing Beat beating Buzzwole, but we have a Aegislash, I think. So, and we have a bulk of Buzzwole of our own. So, yeah, let's hop right into it. Yesterday, you guys really enjoyed the Celestia. A lot of you guys enjoyed the wacky team kind of thing, and I was feeling a little more chill. Now I have a couple more serious-ish, quote-unquote teams. Until Kirama's banned, nothing is serious, but more, I guess, standard. I had a cool Incineroar team that was passed to me, but I decided, the meta is still in that fresh, lively state, and so I wanna still use cool stuff. It's just fun right now, and I want to use that. So let's have some fun. Actually, somebody PM me, and I'll give the shout outs in a sec, but I think it was CEO of something. I don't remember off the top of my head, because have fun, bro. My man said good luck. Is that a threat? Didn't even say have fun. His team is crazy, like 3 dragons. Yeah, Dragonite just eats his team alive. So that Dragonite just goes ham. No ghosts, no proper ghost resist, no very weird team, man. If I can Urshifu him, I'll be good. Buzzwole shuts down 1, 2. Heatran, maybe for Dragon Pulse, Earthquake spam sweep. Very, very, very interesting team. And so I'd assume perhaps it's like a lead Sandaconda kind of thing with Glare. I really don't know what to expect here. I am gonna U-turn to scout this damage output, as I'll keep, but this is what makes it so fun, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck this guy has in store for me. Like, such a weird team, right? I do want to keep Heatran at the utmost. For Drampa, it guards against Drampa, and it somewhat guards against. I've seen too many Dragapult Heatran interactions, which I think is gonna be cool. So it is Sand Spit. Could see Glare come out. I'm intimidated. Let me see. Aegislash core purpose, it guards against Drampa. Yeah, I figured as much. And since it's Sand Spit, this allows for me to Toxic this. Awesome. Since it's not Shed Skin, which is generally going to be the case. I actually have Substitute Shadow Ball. Debating pivoting into to Landers there, but so I'm a King Shield. Yeah, King Shield into. I didn't think Earthquake would do that much to me. Holy shit, Earthquake did half after Intimidate to an Aegislash. You have to understand, Aegislash, he's max attack. Well, if I'm gonna get fully paralyzed, I won't get to attack anyway. So right. So this allows for me to Toxic this as well. And this gives us switching to trend. Depending on what he wants to do, he could pivot back to the Sandaconda, or he could pivot to the Buzzwole. Dragapult doesn't make much sense. Let's see what this does. I don't get what's going on. Can Drampa touch me? Normal Dragon, you're walled, my guy. Does this get Earth Power? What? Fuck it. Let me check it myself. This guy's team is wild. So, like, again, from just face value, Earthquake can destroy him. Drampa. Let's get the Earth Power. gets Earthquake. And so I'm gonna D-Knight first. What the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck? So it's this kind of play. All right, gotcha. As long as my multi-skill isn't broken, I'm Gucci. I can cover a Draco pivot here. So it's Mono Glare, which means it's a Hex Spam Dragapult. Not amazing, but he actually defog for me. Blessings. So that Sandaconda is not gonna get to do whatever it so chooses. So Glare, defog, Flamethrower, and perhaps Roost. The fact that he defogged hard, he can glare my trend. It's whatever to me. I don't want his Sandaconda taunt Sandaconda coming in. Taunting is my best play here. It covers everything. I don't want Sandaconda coming in and getting up rocks for free, because the likelihood of me breaking through, damn. So that's annoying, because now his Sandaconda gets to come in for free, but he goes for drag. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on, man. Like, shit. Shit like this is mad annoying sometimes, man. Because Heatran has so much value. Now he gets to get off a free Hex. We'll get to see what kind of Dragapult he is. And what's even more funny is the fact that this is a situation that happened in a live, I think, whatever. Alright. So we get to find out what kind of Pult he is. I have no Spadef investment, so now I lost a lot of leverage. So now I have to determine how I'm going to prevail. So let's say he is probably sub T-Wave, maybe Darts. Sub T-Wave, maybe Darts. It's hard to say. So what I'll do here is dream of what it would be like to not get fully paralyzed. So rocks, not having rocks is gonna matter. Landorus 2 KOs or KOs everything on his team with rocks. Now that's not the case. Ideal situation, if he goes for Hex and doesn't sub, he gets the roll. It's frustrating, man. We're gonna Wicked Blow hard here. I don't go down to any move, even Draco. I don't think. I have a low Spadef, but you know. So I lost my Heatran without rocks there. Annoying. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that that wasn't annoying as shit, because now this thing gets to come in and do whatever it so chooses. I wonder what he's gonna choose to do. As we pivot back to Lando to cover for Volt Switch. Yeah. And then U-turn to knock him off the balloon. Yep. And then we're back to Aegis Slash. Now Dragonite still has his so he has Surf. Okay. So he can't cover for Shadow Ball. But I could see him surfing again, yeah. Yes. Okay. Aegis Slash is a king. And here I can Shadow Ball. Him getting, if he gets rocks back up with a Sandaconda, it's mad annoying. Again, his ghost types are problematic, especially because he has sub. But if he is just T-Wave Dragapult, then there's an out with Buzzwole, because when I bulk up, I just need to Ice Punch his Dragapult and then use Urshifu having Sucker Punch versus a choice Spectrier or Heavy Duty Boots Dragonite. So the combination should be good. So we get that King Shield off as he glares. This guy is just ruthless. I'll try to get the shield off again. He glares. God bless. So I'm assuming he's trying to sub down with Pult. Otherwise, this doesn't make too much sense. I get the shield off. So whatever. I'm glad he allows me to keep. So I wonder what the Zygarde has. But as I said, this allows for me to bulk up. So now he should hard switch, as I'm gonna go for Ice Punch on his ideally Dragapult, which would give me the Beast Boost. But it's Spectre and it's leftovers. Okay. So obviously leftovers Hex. At this point, can't guard against Earthquake. And so I'm forced to go to Dragonite. I don't get 2-hit KO'd. Dragonite covers for. You see how little that did? Nice. That's why I put Dragon Pulse on here, because I didn't want any bullshit. Sandaconda comes in, so he's opting for rocks, but I'll just Defox Fan because Sandaconda can't touch me, I'd assume. We'll Roost first, because this Dragonite's a problem. Unless he has Stone Edge. Fire, yeah, you can't touch me. He dies next turn, so let's defog here. It was always gonna be the best play. Roost. Roost is our best play here. Because if he goes Pult, I kill it, and then I just Earthquake through his team with Landers. This guy is such scum, man. His kind just. But Dragonite isn't having it, baby! You've gotten enough, dude. Dragonite is not having it. He's not having it. He's not having. Dragonite, I thought you weren't having it, but you've done enough. You've done enough. That was the most critical turn to not get paralyzed, because that allows for me to go to my Landers. Hit the Quake. Hit the Quake. I actually should have went to hit Urshifu there, because he's darts. But he sacks the Dragapult, which seals the deal for me. Because if he goes to Zygarde, he's gonna try to double out into Spectre and sub down. So I'll double to Aegislash instead, because it covers the same thing. But he's gonna try to hacks. Upside is if he goes for sub and he doesn't get the hacks, Aegislash is not fucking around. He can't sub. Yeah, excellent. And so now this allows for me to go to my Landers. Earthquake. And then that seals the deal with Urshifu. I'm so glad I have the ball. Shout outs to my man. He wasn't playing around, man. Yeah, coiled, bro. Man, don't tell me GG, bro. Don't tell me GG, man. I'm not trying to hear that. After how many power hacks you got, I'm not trying to hear that, man. Upside is Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow, obviously goes through the no damage, bro. None. Buzzwole said, "Calm down, cool out." Dragonite was the two Dragonite and Buzzwole took charge, man. I am not saying GG to this guy, bro. Get out of my sight. I have no respect for Glare Heliolisk. Like, you didn't come in that game intending to have any kind of skill. I swear this was a guy who forfeited versus me yesterday. Obviously, he's up to 1905. He's a member of the academy. Of course, he only high academy taking over the ladder. Have fun, bro. Academy taking over. I think it's the same guy, because I remember he had an Umbreon and a Slowking, and I was like, I wonder what. But I'm sure he might have watched the live, and so he knew that I didn't want him to forfeit. So he's likely gonna play this one out. He's super Shifu weak if Buzzwole gets dropped. That's a big if, but more so, man, I'm super weak to, damn. I think I need Toxic on my Heatran. Like Gastrodon just batters me, like batters me. It's gonna be a tough game. Aegis Slash substyling is gonna actually be critical in this. Interesting, Gastro, huh? Because in another game, Flash Cannon would have been nice to have, but I think sub is actually gonna be kind of clutch here. Dragonie's core purpose is gonna be to protects me against Zapdos to a certain extent. I'm gonna have to get a lot of health back. Aegis Slash is gonna have to take a hit here, but he has Toxic, and if this is Spadef Corviknight, then that's even bigger of a problem, because we're gonna have to find out. Ideally, I'd want him to be defensive Corviknight. Say Brave Birds gets the crit there, but he's slower than me. Certainly pressure. So let's see, since he's gonna break this up here, let's see how much Shadow Ball is doing. He is Fizz Def. If I can get the crit here, that'd be clutch, or a Spadef drop, or a good roll. You know, obviously he's gonna roost spam. So this is where, if I was Toxic Trend, I won the game, because obvious Gastrodon. I can't rock with Taunt on this. Like, I'm never using the team again, but for you guys who are gonna, like, we can't be losing to Gastrodon, bro. Like, this Gastrodon just sits. Now, if we Toxic the Gastrodon there, this game would have been a wrap. But with the rocks, it does mean that Aegis Slash can come in and really do some damage. So if this is Toxic, I'll allow him to Toxic my Dragonite. You know, so be it. The Toxic was mad obvious there, but you know, it is what it is. So we pivot our Shifu here. I didn't expect Zapdos. I think Banded. It doesn't matter. We Heatran. I didn't expect Buzzwole. So he doesn't have Hurricane. Didn't want to risk missing Hurricane, or cause like even right here, right? I'd love. So we'll Magma first. It's gonna be a tough game because of the. So Zapdos was his initial. Yeah, it's called Ice Cream Spine. Maybe. So we'll pulse here first turn. Yeah, I figured as much. We are Shifu here. It doesn't matter what he does. Didn't matter if he earth powered there. And so now, because I'm not in the best spot, I have to pivot around. Buzzwole's obviously his obvious switch. And so this allows for me to Shadow Ball hard. Umbreon is his initial. This allows for me to sub on what I'm expecting to be a Wish, right? And so now things get interesting between Foul Play, Heal Bells, and whatnot. So we're gonna Toxic, force the Foul Play, but he's gonna have to Heal Bell. We're gonna use up all these Toxics today. We're gonna use up all these Heal Bells today. So how many Foul Plays he has? Oh, he has a lot. 24. Whew. Yeah, this is one of those games where it's not really about. It's not really about the matchup. Like, it's not really about outplaying him. If I had Toxic on Tran, then I could easily win this game, because then Tran just eats him up. But that's why you have to use a team and you know, learn and play around. Perhaps if I, you know, I'm not gonna give up yet. So he does go Corviknight. I wasn't sure if he would have done that. Because interesting. Defog there was risky as shit. Let's see what he does here. He's actually making a couple misplays. Like, based on how he plays, like, there are a couple situations where it's like, okay, that can really fuck you up. And he keeps going to Gastrodon, which means that there's no like conception of toxic, which means that it would be fairly simple to read him. It's getting easier to read him, just based on how he's going about the game. I'm like, okay, well, that's not even out. Like, I could see him staying in here. It doesn't really matter to me. My best play is always to pivot to the AG. I'm gonna toxic stall down. He actually you see what I'm talking about? I really should have just attacked him there, but I'm like, yo. But even if he did Earth Power, I had, outs. But the question is just a silly risk. You know what I'm saying? But King Shield here. Okay. Why would you risk your Gastrodon when you have all the control? And then Slow King is your switch. Alright, so a lot of information being gathered here, guys. A lot of information being gathered here. So we hit the Gastrodon, and this gets real interesting here. So has to be harder. She obviously has to recover. But we're gonna get some damage back on, not damage, you get the idea. Get some health back on Aegis Slash as we Shadow Ball here. Umbreon is his initial. Buzzwole is leftovers, okay. So he's taking repeated earthquakes. I mean, not earthquake, you get what I'm saying. Repeated. Man, if I dropped his... Guys, I have so many opportunities to win this game. So I got to get him to misplay again. I don't think there's much of a long-term thought process, which is tough because now that put me in a hole. So if I hit his Gastrodon would have been dead. Look at his team in Heatran with Gastrodon dead. If he just switches safely, it's almost impossible for me to win unless he chokes. And so stuff like that is always like, bro, why choke the game? And so I have to figure out a way to get him to choke again, which I don't think is going to be super difficult. As we toxic here. Okay, like that's what I'm talking about. Shit like this is what I'm talking about, because this is big for Buzzle. What? He's max Spadef. Oh, what the fuck? That shit went through my sub? That's a sound move? Oh, okay. That's problematic. That's very problematic. But upside, the future sides here. Based on how he plays, he might go Corviknight here. Umbreon was always the play. Upside, future side would break my sub and he'd knock me out with foul play here. I'll let him wish. Yeah. And then toxic him, waste a heal bell. Because I could have went Umbreon. I mean, I could have went Urshifu there. Let's see if he goes Corviknight. Oh, he goes Slowking. God bless. Like, guys, when I tell you these plays are completely unnecessary. Like, completely. His Buzzwole is still healthy. He's stalling out my Shadow Balls. Tough, man. Tough. So there's the wish. I'm just chilling for a little bit so I can get my health back. So there's the heal bell. It would make no sense to go to your Slowking. If I Shadow Ball, you die. But the Slowking being low is a big deal for my Buzzwole, right? And that's the thing. That's the only way I'm thinking right now I might be able to pull this through. Buzzwole. My Buzzwole versus his. Oh my goodness. Let's figure out a way though. we cannot win if he plays safely. So what chokes would we need to have happen for us to win? I'd need for him to switch out here. Okay. Which just makes the most sense to me. Okay, foul play is like the worst one. I think that gives me 2 bulk ups. I might have to go for broke here, as he, if he wishes. And Urshifu is in. No, let's go for broke on Buzzwole, because what this does is allows me to bulk up. I have some Spadef investment. It's a question of, does this Zapdos have Hurricane or Heat Wave? But I can probably get him to choke. So I know what I'll do. Connect here. We taunt on his... Oh, he earth powered. I tanked though. He actually earth powered there. Either way, let's call it, because I know he's gonna he might stand here the way he plays. He actually earth powered there. Crazy. Earthquake did switched. He actually earth powered there. I can't believe he earth powered there. Oh man, how can I get him to choke? Since it's just Heat Wave Zapdos, what I can do here is get the Dragon Pulse damage off, because that's going to be important for bulk up Buzzwole later on, right? We're going to go to Urshifu, and I'm going to stay in because of how he plays. He's leftovers Buzzwole, as we already established. Now, if I were my opponent, and you know, what double would you make that? Because like right now, he doesn't need to double at all. Actually, I can just land Delphi. Corv, huh? That's not bad. So now shit gets interesting, because if I predict, come on, Heatran. Fuck. How would it be possible to win this? Toxic and Umbreon into... It's too early to give up, AG. See Scalds. I'll shot a ball here on the out chance he goes to Slowking. Oh my god, yes. Again, has a whole Umbreon. So we Toxic here. Corviknight's irrelevant. Other than, you know, it solves out Toxic, so that matters. Doubling the Slowking there. Slick play. Corviknight, pressure stall. So I'm guessing it's a PP stall style of going first, PP stall style. But either way, still same strategy. Heatran, how I wish you had Toxic. Man. This game would have been over. But I could have won this game if I just attacked his Gastrodon. Because I even said it in the video. I was like, yo, he seems like the type to stay in here. But I lost a lot of momentum if he did. And I need the momentum. But I still, because it's a Heat Wave unstabbed Zapdos, ideal situation is that, let's see. I'd go Slowking / Oscar Umbreon though. Fine. And then he foul plays of all things, so I'm fine with that. The problem is his Slowking got way too much health back, right? So I'll Ice Punch first to see. Okay, please, for the love of God, do some damage. Nice. Discharge did 40. Heat Wave definitely kills me, but I don't think he's gonna go for it. And I think if I bulk up one more time, I don't die to Heat Wave, and then we might be looking at some leeway here. So I'm gonna bulk up again as he roosts, right? And I should not die to Heat Wave from here. Prayers. I'll just dodge. and he's pressure. So he's definitely like a pressure stalls type of team. But this is my only out. I don't remember. I think Buzzwell's defense is higher on this set. So I'm going to be getting defense boost, which isn't what we want here. We want attack boost. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But a defensive Zapdos is Heat Wave. I outspeed. Yes. Okay. So we get the KO there. Zapdos is gone. His core mon for beating this is gone. Because this is why I wanted the Slowking to stay low, because now it's healthy enough to where it probably can take a nice punch. I don't remember the health. I think it was at 40. It's supposed to be at 50 something. So let's run our calc. Maybe not. I know nothing about Galarian Slowking. Buzzwole, but it's such a weird set on Buzzwole that I have to like import the spread. Impish 20 attack. Buzzwole, oh, you bulk up. Impish. Oh, this is some shit. Like, this is a set. So Slowking. Where is this shit at? Yeah, let's just say that he's clearly like max Spadef. And AV. Ice Punch is 44 to 52. So he goes Corviknight, which is a horrible misplay. I don't think he can do any damage to me. Because that just Brave Bird recoils. Yeah, that was actually a big misplay, because that allows for me to bulk up again. But again, this was the choke situation I was waiting on either way. So this allows for me to bulk up again for his Eerie Spellmon. I want to get to +6. So we roost here as he's hacks fishing. But Buzzwole is not playing games. So we're gonna go for Drain Punch here. We hit his Buzzwole. We're gonna Ice Punch here. That's decent damage. He's like, God, that is doing nothing, man. So he's bulk up as well. So we're crit fishing here. Crit or freeze fishing. That's if he even has anything to touch me. But it always had to. It's like some anime. It always had to go this way. I swear to fucking guys. Yo, how you gonna come in after me? But I know my Buzzwole is the champ, the GOAT. Like, I'm gonna crit him. Fuck a freeze. I'm critting you, bro. I'll take both, matter of fact. I'm gonna do both. Come on, Buzzwole, crit this fool. Crit freeze. Come on. You can't tell me he froze me before I froze him. Obviously he's trying to stall, but I'm going, if I get the crit. So if nah, I'm going for broke, man. Come on, give me a crit, Buzzwole. Buzzwole. Come on, let me see some crits. Buzzwole. If you crit this, he loses to Urshifu. Crit! Oh my god. So we have a PP stall fest here. My crit Drain Punch is not going to be doing any damage. So we're going to be PP stalling here. I just think this is hilarious. But this is my fault. I could have killed his Gastrodon. This game would have been over already. And because he actually got frozen, he got to stall out a lot of turns where he didn't have to attack. But my Buzzwole isn't bulking up sweeping anymore. Let me see how much Drain Punch would do. Oh, 51%. How you gonna crit on the Drain Punch, bro? How you gonna crit on the drain? Give me another one. How you gonna crit on the drain punch when we had a whole motherfucking 3, 5, 7 to 8, 95 days to how could I get him to choke this? I think there's a way, guys. If there's a will, there's a choke. That's my saying. If he's staying here, he's staying in. Okay, we hit the magma. What would I need him to do to mess up? I'd need him to earth power here. I'd need him to earth power here. Recovers though. How many magmas do I have left? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. So this is looking like a dub. But yeah. It's a fun game though. But you gotta use well, you're not gonna get the pace spin without toxic. I'll make sure toxic is on here, but taunt is not the wave. Even if we're facing Pex, magma storm damage plus earth power on this kind of spread would definitely beat a Pex, so taunt isn't necessary. But it's one of those things in hindsight you just gotta deal with. Tough. So let's not get the Corviknight item off. I mean, so magma storm. We obviously earth power here on the gastro switch. It's probably Scalds. Yeah, he's making the plays I want him to make though. So Slow King is his initial, huh? That's fine. As Corviknight gets to come out. Not one to give up. So we magma here. He land on the gastro and we get a crit. It's a big deal. So he needs to get this turn right. If he recovers as I go for taunt, he's fucked. And I do think he earth powers. If he recovers, he got me. He got me. He's trying to do well trained though. He's been hitting all his magmas. But that was the turn to, yeah, I lose now. I needed to hit that one. So I'm not gonna waste any more time on that game. I should have forfeited that game earlier, because I didn't want that game to take up the whole live. Because I didn't want to have a super long live today. I'll grab another one. I'm enjoying. I'm super tight that I didn't have toxic there. I'm like, come on. Because that was a game where we easily won. But we're gonna win most games either way, if not all. I never play with any intention of losing ever. Like I never assume I'm gonna lose. Especially when I'm like really in practice, which I intend to do, as I do intend to do a road at some point. And so for that, I think it would be best if I was at where I'm actually practicing and you know, you'll see the difference. But for now, let's just enjoy the meta. I'm trying to think at the same time. I think at 6-0 I'm a Buzzwell. Depending on what that mag is, that could get really frustrating to deal with. However, I think, well, Grimmsnarl is a mon as well. Klefki, Grimmsnarl, because what I'm looking at here is shut down the screen, but he has 2 of them. And then Garchomp is a stealth rocker. Scale Shot's an interesting tech. Actually, I like Landorus more. What's his? Where is he at? 1930. Perfect. I'm curious as to what the combo of Klefki and Grimmsnarl are gonna do. I mean, obviously, it seems just like, you know, screen offense kind of thing. But again, I am very curious because I fully intend to destroy him with Buzzwole. And I think he's aware of the fact that he could get dropped by Buzzwole. And he also only has one fire resist. So if, let's say, you know, Mag is going to be his Buzzwole answer. And it's shift gear. It's clearly shift gear. Why would you have screens and specs? So there's the Grimmsnarl. Upside, Grimmsnarl cannot, because he's gonna reflect first. Grimmsnarl cannot T-Wave Landers, and now he's intimidated, which allows for Dragonite to come in, unless he covers for Kyurem. But could see a taunt come out to cover for what's it called, defog. But we're gonna pivot around a bit. So there's the taunt. We're gonna pivot around a bit as Rillaboom rears its ugly head. Very interesting that Rillaboom was his first choice, considering it loses to most things I can go to, unless he's opting for potentially trying to set up with Magearna off jump. But the problem with Rillaboom is you give me free defog. So, you know, and I get rid of terrain too. So after knockoff, he's like, alright, I'll commit to getting rid of your heavy duty boots. Fair enough. Problem is I don't have anything for his incoming Grimmsnarl. But upside, I got rid of the Grimmsnarl's item. He actually goes hard Klefki. Yeah, go ahead and ask. Klefki doesn't have taunt though, which is big upside. So likely T-Wave coming out. Shoot. I never understand why people ask if they can ask something. Why are you taking so much time each move? You know what? I was gonna say that. So let's Roos here. As you know, obviously T-Wave, and then we defog. Now Klefki being gone, big deal. Scarchomp comes out. Perhaps rocks. The scale move would be annoying, but he does. Please fucking break through Dragonite. Fuck Dragonite. That's a really important para. Shit. Okay. Because he gets the scale shot, and that's a multi-hit move. Right. So if he didn't get para, I could go Urshifu and kill him. But it is what it is. Buzzwole gets to come in, but Buzzwole gets hit. Now upside, I got Aegislash, but Aegislash doesn't have Flash Cannon, which I'd need. If I had Flash Cannon, Aegislash destroyed. In fact, I do think you guys would get more value out of a Flash Cannon. So I don't think Substitute is best, particularly with Magearna and Kyurem being around. I think it's just a pretty big asset. Though Buzzwole can kind of help with Kyurem, but it ain't no Kyurem counter. So Oster the Grimmsnarl makes sense. Again, this is where the reflect and all that stuff gets annoying, but all we're doing here is trying to stall the para on the Dragonite. Big deal. Big deal. Because his Garchomp got to get away, and it's still at full, right? Garchomp is only Heatran switching, so right now Heatran would be able to come in and just do whatever the fuck it wants. Urshifu could come out. No. So Taunt, he could have T-Wave. If it does, if he doesn't, well, we'll see. Because I'm thinking, well, if he does, then my play is to pivot Lando here, but he taunts first, which is a big deal. Great stuff, because this allows for me to stall out Reflect. One more turn of Reflect, 2 more turns of Light Screen, so I have to go to a Mon that doesn't allow for Magearna to set up. So 2 more turns, just light screen. Heatran, Forces, and Garchomp. Or Kyurem, yeah. Heatran's a play for sure. Because I can taunt his mag. Forces and Garchomp. Now he could... There's 1 more turn to reflect though. Very surprised he went to Klefki. So that means he's going to try to Thunder Wave me. And then he's going to sacrifice his Chivo. So if he's trying to Thunder Wave, that means he's fully committed to Haxing. But... Because if I switch to Lando here, he's going to get another Reflect up. Please, Heatran. Okay, so we're playing with our Reflect. We've committed, because my Heatran is still damn near at full. Aegislash damn near at full. And so... Kyurem. Perhaps this could have sub or something. A couple ways to deal with the Kyurem. If I get fully parried here... My best bet is going to Aegislash here. It covers everything, and I still have, because I can Toxic him here unless he is unless he is Lumberry, just possible. But I think he'd probably be weakness policy. Aegislash is natural bulk. If I can land a Toxic on this, because he GDs again, so he's definitely policy. Yeah. Fusion Bolt will knock me out unless he's King Shield's still to play here. So if Fusion Bolts, dual Wing Beat to cover for. Okay, so he had something for Buzzwole. Okay, so this Kyurem's dead. Yeah. Yep. So Aegislash shut that Kyurem down. Great. So again, I've come to notice that a lot of people don't think, and I don't mean this in like an insulting way, but like. What I'm saying is, people when they go on and play, they're like, wait, why are you playing so slowly? And I'm like, hold up. So you mean to tell me you don't like plan to like think your shit through? So if it's Calm Mind, then it's probably like Store Power and all that stuff. So Hard Lando is always my play. Oh, Iron Defense. Fuck. Let's see. Hopefully this still does good damage. Iron Defense. Very interesting. Had I shot a ball again there? No. Iron Defense. Wow. That's 33 though. God, that's tough. We just needed to get it to the point where Aegislash and Urshifu could KO it. But he probably had Draining Kiss or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's tough. I need to be careful of Iron, because I expected Shift Gear, Iron Defense. That didn't even cross my mind. So yeah, we should basically him T-waving Heatran, because basically how that would go, for him to win, he was playing, and then I mean it is in his favor. He was basically saying, hey, if you go, to be fair, my best play versus the Magearna was to go Hardlanders, because if he Shift Gear, he's likely not an Ice Beam Shift Gear set. Otherwise, then Aegislash just beats him. And he wouldn't Iron Defense versus Aegislash on the off chance I stated. So I just learned something there. But I've come to realize, like, man, people don't want to think, or... And it's probably because of... So I used to play Tour a lot, right? And, you know, I don't ladder ever. I've been to the top of every ladder ever. Like, that doesn't really do it for me anymore. So it's not, I don't get, when I was trying to, you know, get my skill game up and all that, ladder is very important. It's an important step, but it is just that. Unless, you know, I'm recording or something, I don't ladder. And so I'm very accustomed to, and even tour players a lot of the times be doing some stupid shit, but, and you know, pressure happens and all that, so it's not like I'm infallible. I've made mistakes in tournaments. I'm just saying the general kind of player base is, certain shit just doesn't happen, as far as like moves that are made and how much, you know, thought is putting to a turn. But I'm like, what's going on right now? And I want it to be like thought-provoking games. I don't want just some mindless, But if that's what I'm getting, that's what I'm getting. I'll take it. So Aegislash immediately is when I notice Aegislash and Buzzwole. If I can kill his Moltres, oh yeah. But Dragonite says no. He has a whole ass Buzzwole, so I can't do too much with Urshifu. But Urshifu can destroy him though. Toxic Heatran. I'm so glad I have Toxic. Never not run Toxic, guys. If you're running Heatran, you need Toxic. Dope thing about Hatterene as well, about Modern Era, is that Heatran's back, so Hat can't touch Heatran. Now, I should have formulated the game plan. I think because I don't know what his Melmetal is, that can be a problem if it's like Banded Melmetal just smacks me around. Which is kind of why I wanted to lead with an Intimidate. Well, Landorus covered anything he could lead with. The only thing that beats Landorus, and that's something you want to be mindful of, the video series down below is, could be Nuzzle, but I doubt it. Future Sight, I'll take that. That's so Raven. So, I'm going to Toxic here. Now, Zygarde would be your initial. If I Magma Storm Trap you, you're done. Please hit. Thank you, Heatran. And the reason I wasn't overly concerned about this is I know he's trying to set up Future Sight, but I have something called Dragonite that covers for both. So it's a fairly well played 1000 Arrow turn here. Dragonite's not going to be necessary for most of what he has, especially because Zygarde's Toxic. That now opens up Aegislash even more so. Because Zygarde Spadef is gonna be core. So like Heatran is so hard to deal with Toxic, like so hard to deal with Toxic. So my mistake for not putting Toxic. Now I know better. Cause like crazy stuff. Imagine if we only had Taunt there, guys. Obviously we can't go Buzzwole here because he did fire off a Future Sight, so Buzzwole will go down. Now we could let Urshifu take the hit, but Dragonite probably won't even take half from the. Oh, whoa, you're spexed. Okay, so 1000 Arrows doing 15%, which means he might kill me, but I'd assume he assumes that I'm faster. So let's see, what would I. Roosting is irrelevant. I'm gonna that's the exact reason. That is the literal reason why I said that, because if this shit comes in for free, screw it. Now I'm gonna bulk up, not because I need to try to set up, but it covers for a banded double Iron Bash. If I Drain Punch and he banded double Iron Bashes, I'm gonna get smashed. But bulking up first allows for me to bulk up and then roost off the damage, because then he'd likely switch after he saw that the double Iron Bash wasn't doing shit. And so this allows for me to go to Aegislash here. Now, interesting that he pivots to Hatterene. This allows for me to Flash Cannon, which is great. Moltres Galar I figured would be his initial because, Dark type. In my head, that should have been a resisted move, but I'm starting to learn that, hey, Moltres is just a Moltres. These tend to not run, well, sometimes they run Dark Stab, but I'm not sure what to expect from this. I'm going to King Shield on the off chance he double switches or has U-turn. So he does have Fiery Wrath. He is slower than Urshifu. Dragonite would be my answer to this. Heatran's health. If he specs, then I lose a lot of value here. But specs would mean that once I get up rocks, it's a done deal. Fire Wrath. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to get these bands up right now. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to Magma Storm here. This doesn't get Scorching Sand, right? I think Hatterene would be your best mid-ground, especially if this isn't... oh, Heatran hitting his moves. So now you can't switch, buddy. So Buzzwole, unfortunately, will be glared. The Buzz. the swole, the buzz swole. Double glare I can see happening, but the only mon right now that I'm truly concerned about is, well, no, I wouldn't want Lando. Actually, Lando getting glared isn't horrible, because I figured Hatterene would be his initial. But similar to the last time, if he leaves the Hatterene in, that means Heatran comes out. He actually opts for Draining Kiss. I don't have the cojones to Stealth Rock here as much as I'd like to, as he expects me to. As he future sights, now I'm Stealth Rocking because I attacked there. Now if he stays and he's just a beast that can't be stopped. There we go. Woo! Because if he stayed in the first time, it's because he expected me to Stealth Rock. So the future sight's coming out. I'd have to give up on mine here. Dragonite. Another one bites the dust. So I would have died anyway with 1,000 arrows. And so that future sight is wasted. The Hatterene is low enough to work because Buzzwole is becoming a problem. Especially if, again, that is... So what I can do here is force his Buzzwole in with my Urshifu's Wicked Blow, because he's going to go Buzzwole. Has to. Allows for me to get my Aegislash in, because he has to either Roost or Ice Punch. And now somebody drops to this Flash Cannon. He actually outs for Melmetal, which is weird, unless he's not banded. No, you took... I need to learn these calcs. Is that Assault Vest? Either way, I've shown King Shield, haven't I? So Earthquake. Problem with this is I go in this Blade form. And so if he does stand to attack, to Ice Punch, I want to say Lando does not die. Buzzwole is too important. Buzzwole wins with... I'll play with the calc to see if... so he pivots to Cure, which I don't mind considering my Aegislash is at full and my Buzzwole is at full. So he essentially gave me the U-turn chip necessary for Flash Cannon to be a guaranteed KO. Again, unless he's a Life Orb Kyurem, that would make sense. No, he's not. It's just generic Kyurem. Flash Cannon is free here. Is that Bandit? Jesus. No, he just got 5 hits and it's a Kyurem. So it's not... it's something else. Could have Roost, but the fact that it's something else is all I needed to see. It could be Scarf Flinch, something like that. But now I'm glad that I really committed to Stealth Rock, because now there's no way he goes for fire flying move. Heatran is critical. Heatran's health isn't critical, like critical. And so what this does allows for me to pivot to Urshifu. I didn't want to have yeah, so Buzzwole has to come in. Oh, he stays in. Probably went for so if I were my opponent, to cover the Aegislash that you know obviously has to come in here, what would I do? I'd probably pivot to Melmetal. The Melmetal is banded. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made that play. Zygarde makes sense too. Problem is, oh, so he's gonna pivot. No, that doesn't work either. I guess he's gonna pivot to Zygarde, then pivot to Melmetal. At this point, Lando is gonna draw. You really have to commit to the Melmetal, but he glares, and so now he's in trouble because I get to bulk up here. He has to go to Buzzwole and could double back to Zygarde here. Ah, come on! God, like shit! Come on, man. So that gave him a lot of fucking leeway now. My man, mad comfortable thunder punching me right now. What the fuck, dude? Agent Slash, come the fuck on, man. Wake the fuck up. Toxic this man. Nice. So now Buzzwole just wins. That was mad whack, bro. Mad whack. Matter of fact, no, I can go Buzz. I can afford to. He lost now. Yo, I swear, guys. Sometimes, yo, when this ladder has made up his mind, that's 4 times I've been in, 3 turns paralyzed. I just have to laugh. Like, I remember days when shit like this used to irk the fuck out of me, because I'm like, bros, come on now. Come on now. But Buzzwole, you know, my guy was saying Buzzwole's the truth, so he's going for hacks. But Buzzwole's not having it. Buzzwole's not going to be having it. Don't worry, guys. Buzzwole's not going to be having it. Don't worry, guys. Buzzwole's not going to be having it. I told you. Beach boosh. Shout out to PokeMD. Buzzwole's not going to be having any of these games, man. I'm going to need those. So he's what, 19, 16? I'm going to need those. So I think that rounds us back out into the 1900s. Yeah. Because we were at, like, I think 1872 before the other guy, I think 1873. It might, but you know, basically we're getting back up to solid. So the team did well. Honestly, it would have been undefeated if we had Toxic, but I likely would not have played this long of a live if it did have Toxic. I would have ended the live early. So upsides to both. I enjoyed and learned more. So shout outs to Velenoso, and get the team in the description down below. Grab a copy of the book. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.